Hello, my name is Lucas Woods, and this is yet another video about my game that I have currently in development. I'm going to go probably a little more in depth with this game. Um, as I've said, I have worked with some of my friends on this, basically just kind of getting their input. One of the things is, as you can see right here, I have element types. I am big on JRPGs or just RPGs in general. And I always like to do my own little personal twist on it because I know I have to follow, for the most part, especially when it comes to storylines and how the story progresses and certain tropes that JRPGs have to follow pretty much. But like I said, I do my own little twists. As you can see here, these aren't traditional elements because most JRPGs have, fire, water, thunder, things like that. Here I went, instead of fire, I have lava. Wood would be this kind of like earth. Mist is water, so on and so forth. And I went through this with my friends and some of my family members who kind of play games, and basically got their input on this, and they like this idea. And personally, I think it actually works very well with the game developing here, because when it comes to certain animations, some of these are actually pretty cool looking in terms of animations during combat. So I very much enjoy that. And another big thing about my games, I am big on dragons. Like, if you knew me, anything dragon I'm into. So when it comes to dragons, every single one of my game has something to do with some sort of dragon incorporation into it. I have one game that I've literally made a dragon race called the Draconians. This is not the game, though. Unfortunately, it's a different game. And another big thing about my games, I love putting little twists into the game. Um, But like I said, I'm big on making JRPGs. I love story-based games. I love creating stories, worlds, characters, history of the world, the history of characters. I'm big on that. But I also like doing my own little twists on things. Obviously, I can't really reveal the twist of this game because you hit that twist within 3/4 of the game, right? And it's a big plot twist that kind of flips the traditional JRPG tropes. Um, but I can get into the game a little bit here. You will see the intro and everything like that. This will change eventually. This is just a very basic intro that I have. It's my online persona. Basically, it's connected to all kinds of other things, and this is the whole storyline. I can probably skip through all this right now, so we can just kind of get into this game a bit. As you can tell, I try to make it so you can kind of tell what characters are based on what element they have, right? You can tell by that color of the outfit, or the color of their hair, or even their mannerisms. So I try to make it so that the main character is a lava style character. As you can tell here, you just look at the picture of her. She kind of has that red hair, in a way, kind of red hair, but she's very outgoing. She's very, out there, just, aggressive, like lava. Because her friend here is wood style, right? She has a wood element. And basically in this game, wood element is kind of focused on kind of manipulation of earth, but also it's big on healing attributes. So this is like her younger friend, and she's very timid, very shy, but I kind of try to incorporate as much as I can into the personalities and how they look in terms of like elements and stuff like that. And this is my game that has probably the best looking menus that I have. As you can tell, this is the menu screen. Obviously, they won't have the debug. This is just mainly for me to make sure, check that everything's working. So far, yeah. And as you can tell, I'm pretty good with the elements. You can tell I have a bit of an overlay here with a bit of sun rays coming down, making it feel like you're actually a little bit more in a forest, because this is basically the forest area of the level. And normally when you play the game, when you do this, you don't know about this button at first, but let me see if I can find it. I think it's this right here. I actually have I think it's a 36-minute time day and night cycle built into this game. Obviously it's not starting right now because technically you just started the game, so you can't actually go out into a field or anything like that, so the time is literally stuck at noon until you progress to the game and go up here and progress. That's when you get the watch, then the watch activates the time. I have a lot of things based around this too, obviously. It's a huge mechanic of the game. It's going to be based around quests, it's going to be based around at night out in the fields. Are going to be different variations of monsters that are going to come out at night. They're like 2 to 3 times more powerful, but they drop better items. They drop more experience, more money. So I gave that option for players who want a nice little challenge in the game. Like I said, you can also go around the town here, looking at some of the signs. Obviously the inn's always going to be open 24 hours a day. When you come over here to like shops, they'll show what time the shops are open and stuff like that. And I have quests. There are certain times in which you can talk to certain NPCs at certain times of the day to activate quests or progress through certain quests. It's a big thing about the game. Like you see here, there's a bunch of secret items in the game. You can complete quests, lost souls. This is what I had at first for characters, right? You go kind of progress through the game and find these weapons that are just scattered throughout the world, and when you find that weapon, it somehow kind of unlocks this character you can play as. It's usually an optional character. But like I said, a lot of the players that I had, my friends, family, did not quite like that because the management you had to do was just crazy. But as you can tell, I love the menu. The menu look is amazing. As you can tell, she has her lava style. And you see, techniques are like skills, right? It's physical based. Element is magic attacks based on their magic attack damage. I do have an element rage. These are like limits. When you reach a certain point on your gauge, on your element gauge, you can use these super attacks. And of course, they're called SP modes. And here, of course, you have the traditional stoic, which you raise ASP by receiving damage from attacks. So it's very much big on JRPG. As you can see, there's the SP count right there. This is a big JRPG game, and I have to do my best to make sure I kind of cater to the gamers, right? I want to make sure that my games are fun, are enjoyable to as many players as I can, and I know I can't please everyone. That's no way I can ever do that, but if the majority of my players will enjoy my games, then I know that they are more than willing to pay to play my game, knowing they're going to get an amazing, fun experience. And that's the one thing that I want most when it's about designing a game. And that's basically it. Hopefully one day some of these games are going to come out. It might come out as this kind of variation in these little 8-bit kind of graphics. One day, I hope, bring it up into a 3D world with modern day playstyle, modern day graphics. Yeah, hopefully looking forward to that. So thank you guys so much, and hopefully one day you'll be seeing my name a lot more often than in just some random video.